Hey guys, I'm here and welcome to another FIFA 20 SBC video, and today guys it is Friday at 6 PM. EA have got a new SBC in David Luiz. I haven't seen the requirements for him yet. I just saw that EA tweeted him out. I won't be reviewing David Luiz today, no matter what his requirements are, purely because of the fact that my coins keep dwindling down. A lack of, in my club right now, there's a lack of high-rated players. So, as I said before, I have to kind of pick and choose what SBCs I want to do, and I want to save some of my high-rated players tomorrow to hopefully do that João Felix SBC because he's one of my favorite players. I absolutely love the guy, and I think he will win his votes. And that would be a card that I'd really like to have in my team and try and review him. But let's have a look at this David Luiz card. Now he's got 5 segments. That's interesting, man. You know what? I bet you we're looking at probably one of those weird squads which got like 5 chemistry, and I reckon we're looking at an 88 squad and an 87 rated squad, in which that case if I was to do him, I literally could not afford to do any more player reviews for the rest of FIFA 20. So there's absolutely no way I will be reviewing this card whatsoever, no matter what his requirements are. Now he is in the players section, which is good, and of course there are lots of upgrades to be able to grind for, so that isn't too bad. But in a special FUT Summer Heat fan votes, David Luiz inspired by his flashback version, which I don't even remember him having a flashback card. I remember having him having a shapeshifter, but I don't even remember him having a flashback card at all this year. And we'll have a look at the card in a second, but we start off with an 82 rated squad. Now 82 cards have gone up a lot in price over the previous few weeks, as have 84 cards. So those 2 segments are going to be, I mean, this 82 and 84 score will cost about 60,000 coins for starters. 2 88 rated squads, man. I mean, I was close to hitting the nail on the head. I set an 87 and an 88 and one of these weird squads. Couple decent packs there. These 2 aren't great packs. Is that worth it? I mean, when I have a look at this card, I mean, he looks absolutely incredible. I mean, on first glance, I'll have a look at his in-game stats in a second. I'd play him as a CDM, just like what a shapeshifter card his position does. I honestly think you get more out of this card as a CDM, in my opinion, and I want to see what a CDM card goes for on the market as well. 3-star, medium, which wouldn't be good for a centre-back. It'd be a lot better for a CDM. 6'2" is okay for a centre-back. Well, yeah, 6'2" is fine for the most part. Let's have a look at his in-game stats. 77 stamina. That isn't good, is it? Really good. Well, fantastic sprint speed. His acceleration isn't too bad. Amazing shot power and long shots, which you get obviously use out of as a CDM card. Fantastic passing out of the back. 91 short passing, 97 long passing, 84 vision is pretty decent as well. He's going to feel relatively smooth for the most part. Decent agility and balance on the centre-back. Not the greatest, but decent. His ball control, reactions, composure, superb. His defensive stats are fantastic. Only 90 defensive awareness. Maybe he should have less defensive awareness with some of the games he's played. I mean, obviously, the game against City he played poor in. The game against Liverpool at the start of the season he played poor in. But I think he does get quite a lot of stick that he doesn't deserve. I actually think he has been a good player over the years, and obviously he's just had these really bad games here and there. Fantastic physical stats, power free kick trait there, and a couple AI traits. It's a good card, but I mean, we've seen fantastic cards recently. Think of that Origi SBC, the Wijnaldum SBC, how good value for money they were. The Bernardo Silva SBC, 285 rated squads, fantastic for a 94 rated endgame attacker. And I'm looking at David Luiz, I'm just thinking, is he, I mean, we'll compare him with the centre-backs in a second, but I want to have a look at David Luiz's CDM cards, and I want to see what his stamina was, because, I mean, if I try and find David Luiz, if I just try and go for a space here for a change, Luiz, and then we'll go with a position of CDM. I want to see what that card goes for on the market. I think because of the fact that that Summer Heat card is positioned as a centre-back, I reckon this card will retain decent value. And he's still going for over 100,000 coins. He's only got 2 less stamina than the 94. So a 3 rating increase on the Summer Heat card and only given 2 extra stamina. 77 stamina, I'm pretty certain isn't good for a centre-back. They've both got the same agility and balance. Which is interesting. I think they both got the same ball control, composure, and reactions. You know what? Honestly, I don't know if... I mean, this David Luiz card here is going for just over 100,000 coins, and to me, he seems just as good as the 94 rated card from what I'm seeing. I want to compare their in-game stats properly next to each other for a second, but I really don't think I'm seeing value for money in that card, in my personal opinion. If we just get a couple of these guys out of the squad here for a second, I just want to compare these two David Luiz cards. We won't look at his flashback card, we'll just have a look at the Shapeshifters one. So if I go David Luiz here, David Luiz. Obviously, you know, I do see him as a pretty cool card, but if we compare the stats here, both have got 99 shot power, 3 more pace on the 94 rated cards, a little bit more physicality. Both of them got 99 aggression. Obviously his defensive stats are considerably better on his 94 rated card, which is obviously good as a centre back. But as a CDM card, if you want to play David Luiz as a CDM, buy this card. If you want to use him as a centre back, then yes, go and buy, or probably go and do this SBC. But as far as I'm concerned, I'd rather use David Luiz as a CDM, and therefore I'd rather just go and spend 100,000 coins or just over 100,000 coins on his 91 rated card. There's no need to really do this SBC. I think EA have been very inconsistent on how how they've done some of their SBCs throughout this promo. You know, we've seen like the Wijnaldum SBC, the Origi SBC, the Fabinho SBC, the Bernardo Silva SBC as fantastic value for money. Even Ndombele was decent value for money as well. And then 2 88 rated squads for David Luiz. I mean, obviously, I know he's a bit of a fan favourite in the FIFA community, but I don't really agree with that. On the whole, I mean, to be honest, like only Virgil van Dijk has higher rated cards, and you got Joe Gomez here, for example. What a card he is! Of course, his team of the season, who's probably a better card than David Luiz on the whole. I mean, more pace. Yes, he's obviously got like a lot less shooting. I mean, to be fair, he's kind of similar to actually David Luiz, but I want to see what he goes for on the market. I think there's cards you could buy off the market. I think he was in most consistent, if I'm right in saying. If I go on team, I love this new system, by the way. It's absolutely fantastic. We go on team of the season here. Really cool system. Well, I mean, he's over 1 million coins, actually. That's just because, I mean, that Gomez isn't value for money at all. I mean, he's a great card, but I wouldn't pay 1.4 million for him. So yes, having looked at that, you know, he is one of the highest rated centre backs in the Premier League, which is obviously very good. But on the whole, I'm looking at that 81 card, the 91 Shapeshifters card. So I think if you want to use it as a centre back, I can understand you doing the SBC, but even then, I still don't think it's great value for money, in my personal opinion. But if you just want to use him as a CDM, in my opinion, go and buy the Shapeshifters card. But anyway, guys, that is going to finish this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.